Vortex back with the review of the MPOW M5. It's also called the T5, so just to get rid of any confusion, they were the same thing, it's just a rebrand. As far as I know, it's exactly the same. So before I even get to that bad boy, yeah, it's got the Qualcomm 3020, which is one of the latest chipsets from Qualcomm, but not necessarily the best. It's Bluetooth 5. I used this with aptX. Where is it? Did it even say it? I lost my mind. Does it say it? Yeah, go on the front. aptX. And yeah, it's fine with aptX, but I'll get to all that in a bit. Obviously got microphones. They got, obviously they both got buttons, but I'll explain that all in a bit. Charging time 2 hours, and obviously voltage, operational range, all the good stuff. Comes with, I'll get to that in a bit, charge cable, micro USB. To me is not a problem. A lot of people only like type C, but it's fine really. Manual in case you need it. I've shown it on the unboxing. It's very well, gives you tons of information. It's really thick, double layered. Dream, explore, inspire. Exactly what I was thinking. And 6 tips. Small, medium and large. They're all in there, nothing special. It came with medium fitted. Very well, like very sturdy case. 4 lights. So when the battery in this case is fully charged, all 4 lit up, and more you use it and more you charge the buds up with it, the lights go down to 1 and then obviously down to 0. MPOW, as you say, super sturdy. Micro USB, not the smallest. Here's my MPOW M5, so that's a comparison for size. You know, it's not too small. As soon as you take them out of the case, it will try to sync with your device. So if you're, say I've tried this with my phone and both my players, which are both here, Shanling and the Theo. As soon as you take it out, it automatically pairs. So if your device has already got the Bluetooth switched on, it'll pair straight away. And another method is if they aren't in the case, say if they've already got a lot of energy in them, they've got good power. If you hold them, the right one down, because the right unit is the master one, which I'll get to in a bit. You hold that down for a couple of seconds, it will say power on, and then it will sync. So you can either do it manually, or when you take them out the case, it will do it automatically. When you take these both out, which I'll do, if you hear that, if you take them both out, they would automatically pair together, right, left. You have to use the, say if you only want to use one, you have to use the right one, because as you say, that's the master. I'm using this, I've got small tips fitted, which I'll explain why, because I normally use medium. But yeah, so here you go, I'll show you the tips. The one quite sturdy, nice supportive lip, quite low weight, kind of nothing special, kind of a generic tip. I hate doing this in front of a cat. Come on, can I do it? Yeah, I've done it. So like I said, L, R, and the button on each, that's it. Not the most ergonomic. The only cons I could say really is the shape. See that shape? That isn't ergonomic. I want to try, if I can, the TRN T200s, because they have a more of a conventional IEM shape, but that's for another review if I ever get one. But let's talk about the comfort. Apart from that, the comfort was okay. I think if the shape was better, these would be right up there for comfort. They don't really weigh anything, and because it's plastic, they're not cold. If you put something like the tin T2 in your ear, it's a cold metal. They're fine, there's no weight, there's no real wind noise. I found that these are really isolating, which can be good or bad, depending on your point of view. So if you walk into your town, your city, in public, that might be bad because you can't hear your surroundings. But if you're on a bus, plane, train, that's what you want. So I thought I'd share that information with you. Let's talk about the controls. So how it works is, and I'll get to battery life after the controls. So when you got it paired, say you're playing music, so to pause you just press the right one once, pause, press it again, unpause. You press it twice on the right one, because that's left, that's right. Press it twice, it puts the volume up of this device and not the player. They both got separate volume levels, if you understand what I mean. Then you press the left one twice, reduces the volume. If you hold the one in for a couple of seconds, next track. If you hold this one for a couple of seconds, put it to the beginning of the song, or you can do it to the previous track. If you press it 3 times, it brings up the assistant, so it depends if you're Google or iOS. So buttons, super easy. Also works with YouTube, because I've tried this with Android, and I tried it with YouTube, and the problem with Bluetooth is always the delay, and the delay it's there with iPhone with YouTube, and I used my Xiaomi Note 4, Redmi Note 4, which isn't a flagship, and it's very small amount of delay, but to be honest, it's bearable. I mean, it's like really small. So, but I mainly use these with my 2 players, my Shanling M0, which is that one in the case, and the MPOW M5. They work both the same way. Connection to both was exactly the same. There's like no difference. Worked perfect. So battery life. Ignoring that for the time being, was, depending on your volume, was between 5 to 6 hours from this, which is so much better than they used to be, which is amazing. And this is the key thing, is that this one is, if you fully charge it can charge these units, I think it was 6 times. So if that's fully charged, which this takes a couple of hours, 2 hours I think, to fully charge the battery in there, you can charge, and you can charge them, and these deplete and charge for 6 times, which is, like that's more than enough. I was quite impressed with it, really. And simple. So left. Obviously charging methods. I wouldn't want to plug this to a high voltage plug. Straight in. That's it. The magnetic fitting really well, super easy, and that's it. So I'll talk about soundstage before we get to the real sound. Soundstage I thought was kind of wide. Imaging was average, but I think because I thought the soundstage was wider than I expected. There were only a single dynamic. There's nothing amazing, and I used aptX codec. When I used it with the VO, it comes up as the A, on the screen, so it automatically did aptX, and with my channeling it displayed aptX. No problem at all. In signal strength, really good. I think when you go beyond like 8 meters from your source, it does drop, but if your player is on you, it's fine. And the strength between both was fine. And another trick is if you're connecting this to a phone or a player, if you can have it on the right side of your body, because it makes the signal strength better because it's closer. Because don't forget, the right one is the master. Just bear that in mind. So yes, sound. This is the thing that tricked me, because I normally use medium tips, so I use the medium tips with this, and I found the sound overly bassy. Like the bass was really mid bass and sub bass is really elevated. And I thought, okay, if that's what the sound's like, because it even says in the box, the bass plus audio. So I was thinking it's more of a bass tuned, earphones. I thought, okay, I'll try something. So I went to the small tips. Everybody's ears are different, so your mileage may vary, but I used the small tips. It reduced it, and I thought it sounds I think it was way better. And it brings, obviously, I think it's kind of an L-shaped, so the mids and the treble are kind of balanced, and the bass is still elevated, but nowhere near like it was before. And I think they sound great. Like MPOW, they did a great job. The last TWS I bought, which was, to be honest, crap, was the QCY Q29 Pro, which is basically the same shape as these but bigger. And don't buy them. They can't touch this for sound, for signal strength, battery life. They've got nothing like on this. So yeah, they work great. I bought these off Amazon for $29.99 when there's a voucher, which was even cheaper than the sell on AliExpress. But as of now, a couple of weeks away, the AliExpress sale is on. So if you want some good first TWS, keep your eyes peeled for these. So, yeah, quickly show you them again, and that's it. Yeah, it glows blue when the power on. Super simple. Work great. I recommend them. They work solid. And in the future, I should be in another pair of TWS called the MPOW or MPOW M5s. So that should be quite good. And they're meant to have immense battery life, especially with the charge case, which is meant to be able to charge the buds 15 times over, which is nuts. But yeah, that's for the future. So yeah, so thanks you guys for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Take care.